The only region in the entire province that is not moving into the next phase of reopening is Windsor-Essex. And that's because of outbreaks amongst migrant workers. Premier Ford today blasted farmers for not getting the workers tested and warned he'll take tough action if necessary.
Farmers just aren't cooperating. They aren't sending out the people to get tested. We got to bang our heads off the wall and figure out why. It's good for the farmers, good for your workers, good for the food supply chain on safety. We'll give it another shot. We're going to continue trying. We won't give up. But then we're going to have to pull out other tools. And every time I plea with things to get done, then I'll go to the extreme. Whatever tool I have.
The Ford government has been criticized for not doing enough to protect migrant workers. 31 out of 32 new cases today in Windsor-Essex were farm workers. The Mexican government put a pause on sending more workers after 3 died in Ontario, but resumed sending them when the federal government promised more inspections and oversight. And the Premier also had some strong words for people who packed Toronto's Cherry Beach during the weekend. Large crowds of people went down to the beaches area as the temperatures soared, drawing comparisons to the crowds at Trinity Bellwoods Park. It drew a lot of criticism and forced the city to draw circles in the park to remind people about social distancing. The Premier says he was shocked when he saw the pictures of the beaches.
Folks, I get it. You want to get out, hot day, there's a beach. We got to maybe come up with better protocols. I'll talk to the mayor about it. We need to get bylaw officers out there if everyone's clumped together. But again, everyone has to practice social distancing. This fight's not over. We're winning the fight, but it's not over by any means. It could turn and bite us in the backside in about a heartbeat.
COVID cases have been rising among younger people as the numbers come down. And you may be wondering when the province will advance to stage 3. Well, I asked the Chief Medical Officer of Health about that today and whether it could be a regional rollout again. He said right now they're analyzing how the rollout of stage 2 has impacted COVID numbers, and they need to watch them very carefully over the next couple of weeks. And now let me show you today's numbers. We had 161 new infections being confirmed today in the province. That's the lowest case count since March 28th. Ontario now has recorded fewer than 200 new cases in 8 of the last 9 days. 3 additional deaths were reported today. That is the lowest daily total since March 30th. And the province's 5-day rolling average now sits at 178. A week ago, that number was 206. And for a 12th straight day, the province has exceeded its goal of processing at least 20,000 tests. Ontario's coronavirus death toll has now passed 2,600. Meanwhile, 86% of the total caseload is considered resolved.